almost ready. Give me 1 second. Just need to bring that light closer and also blow my nose. And then throw it out. Okie dokes. How dare you not be ready? Chair stream! Okay. Hi. I feel like it's been 2 weeks, because I think it has been 2 weeks. Also, this is wild cherry and cream. It's not bad. Honestly, you know what's doing well? Dr. Pepper seems to be putting out new flavors all the time, and I love Dr. Pepper. So variations on Dr. Pepper are fantastic. The second newest one was black cherry, I think. Blackberry, not black cherry, blackberry. I love that one. Possibly my favorite new Dr. Pepper flavor. But there's a new one that I saw that I haven't tried yet, that I need to get my hands on. Every time I see an ad for a new Dr. Pepper, I buy it right away. I buy a case of it every time. They're easily some of my favorite sodas. Okay, let's catch up on stream. First of all, successful! Thank you so much. Thank you for being a member for 30 months. That's 2.5 years, and you were someone that I knew well before that. So, it's good to still know you. Danny Gable, hey, Daniel Chance, afternoon, good afternoon. Live, hello. Why live? Why live, question mark? What's the live question mark? Did I do something wrong? Was the thumbnail incorrect? Did I say the weekly life or something like that? You tell me what's going on, and I'll adjust that. Fishing for more. Who's ready for the fast-talking New Yorker? Not from New York. Not from New York. You're probably going with a Jewish stereotype, which I would say I'm offended, except I'm actually not. I don't actually care. But fast talking New Yorker. No, not from New York. From Toronto, Ontario originally. I've been to New York. That's as far as I can say. Never lived there. I went from Toronto, Ontario. Then went to school in Cleveland, Ohio. Then went back to Toronto, Ontario for university, and then went back to Cleveland, Ohio later to live there. So no New York in there outside of visiting. Good afternoon all, James Sullivan. Clash of Doom, what is your most anticipated game for the convention? It's not an easy one, because I have to double check if I'm right. I will be filming. Later today I'm filming my Gencon haul, which will be going up tomorrow. Maybe I'll answer the question when I actually have all the games in front of me. But for right now, I would say as of right now, The Hobbit There and Back Again is my most anticipated game, but it wasn't technically available at the convention. They had a few content creator copies out there, a few press copies. I got one. This is probably my most anticipated. From the non-press copies, meaning games that were available, I'd say probably 4 Shuffle Dartmoor. Although, like, that one comes with an asterisk of, on the one hand, it's 4 Shuffle, which I love. On the other hand, it's 4 Shuffle, which I already know. So, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot. There's really a lot of games. Tag Team, I'm pretty excited with this one. It's an auto battler. Ever since I played Challengers, I thought to myself that I said it out loud too. I said I wanted more auto battlers in the board game space because I like the mechanic, but Challengers was a good start. It wasn't where I wanted it to end. And I've seen good feedback. Sorry, something in my eye. I've seen good feedback on Tag Team. So, in fact, I wasn't actually going to buy this, but I had two different friends who, sorry, got something in my eye here. I had 2 different friends who said that it was really, really good. And so I lined up and bought it. But most of the games, I'd say about 70% of the games I'm coming home with are content creator press copies. But if I want a game, I also buy it. Okay, what's the most anticipated? We covered that. Clash of Doom was, hello, how dare you not be ready? I'm regularly not ready. Chair Stream, good afternoon, hello campers. Hello, Brian. Professor Meg, what I thought that was a joke. Now I'm gonna get a computer. What's the joke? What? I thought that was a joke. Go get the cat. Go get the cat. Oh my gosh, I could get the cat. The cat may not stay on camera though, but I could get the cat. If 2 more people ask for the cat, I'll get the cat, which I assume will happen. People like cats, but it's interesting. We'll talk about cats soon. When did I become a mod? Who did this? Nat, probably forever ago. I have no clue why you wouldn't be a mod. Nat, okay. Let's see. Strawberries and cream is amazing. Strawberries and cream is which flavor? So Dr. Pepper? Oh yeah, Dr. Pepper. Oh my gosh, strawberries and cream is great. They're all great. I think strawberries and cream, they're all great. The cream soda Dr. Pepper, it's the best version of cream soda you can have. Vanilla Dr. Pepper bar none. You are wrong, ACS. You are wrong. I mean, obviously, matter of taste and all that. But I like vanilla Dr. Pepper. In fact, I need a coaster. I like vanilla Dr. Pepper, but the variations are to die for. Then again, it's not a fair comparison. I've been having vanilla Dr. Pepper my whole life, and I'm appreciating the variation. So the question is, if going forward, 10 years from now, why is my phone dinging? I need to go mute my phone. I'll go take care of that in a second. Just feels like forever since I've attended a live. I mean, I think there was a live 2 weeks ago. Last week there definitely wasn't. Maybe, wait, last week Thursday, Last week, Thursday, for sure there wasn't because I was at Gen Con. The week before, maybe there wasn't, so maybe it's been 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks since the live. Chaz, so happy to have gotten to shake your hand at Gen Con. Hope I did not interrupt anything. Chaz, absolutely not. I don't think, hey, my phone's bugging. I'm gonna mute my phone. Give me 1 second. Stone Temple Glyph. How does Gen Con compare to UKGE? It's bigger. I like it better. UKGE is great, but Gen Con is just bigger overall. A lot more new exciting things happening. But both are great. I would say if it's easier and cheaper to go to UKGE, go to UKG. You'll have a great time. If it's easier and cheaper to go to Gen Con, go to Gen Con. And if you're looking to see whether it's worth going to both, that is case by case. Oh, Cat. Okay, we got Cat now. Alex, it was nice to meet you at JC, a fellow fast talking New Yorker. Oh, you're that person. Okay. We talked by the pillars. Hi, Fishing for More. We talked right by the pillars, if I recall correctly, the giant pillars in front of the GameFound booth. I think that's where we talked. But I remember the conversation. You mentioned the New Yorker thing. I have to play the Hobbit game at Gen Con. It was a fun roll, right? Yeah, I like it a lot. There's different kinds of games. Like, I'm really anticipating playing through the Hobbit there and back again. It's basically Railroad Inc., but in the Hobbit universe or whatever. It's not going to be a Shackleton base for me. It's not going to be a 5 out of 5. At least I don't think so. I think it's just going to be fun, reliable, accessible fun. And that has a merit. Cat stream. Cat, get the cat. Dog, Brian, I hear you. Cat's making everything better. Bring a toy for the table. Lizard, Spock. Okay, I'll catch up to Board Game Officer. I will be back in a minute with a cat. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to mute the phone. So give me like 1 minute. Possibly 3 if I have to find him. I did not have to find him. So let me move this a bit out of the way. We'll do a bit of playing, but then I'm going to go back to the stream, just so we can get comfortable. This is just to make sure he's having fun and hold my Dr. Pepper, because see, normally he goes for this right away. This is Calcifer, by the way. I came back from Gen Con with a bunch of board games and a cat. He's not engaged. This is not normally where he plays, but come on, go for it. He's not performing. This is really not like him. Oh, there we go. Oh. He also was lying down, so he might just be on waking up mode. He wasn't asleep. I wouldn't have I probably would have woken him up. Alright. Yeah, this is him in like laid back. He's like, I guess I can play. What about this guy? Do you want this? Okay. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, Gen Con sells cats. Let me catch up in a second. Okay. I'm sad I never saw at Gen Con. I was going to ask you, what would you rather be? A duck question. Oh my gosh. If you would have been at Gen Con, you could always message me, and like I'd try to make the time to like, or I just tell you, hey, I'm at the GameFound booth for the next half hour. That happens. Cal. So this is Calcifer. We call him Cal or Calcifer. He might leave now. He currently, so this is day 3 for him. Hey. Yeah, this is day 3. So he is still adapting, but he's having fun so far. Still learning the different aspects of the house in different ways. Okay. He's a Siberian because my son is allergic to cats. So a Siberian, he loves this. He likes peeking through my tablet. He's too big for it, but he likes peeking through like the hole in the tablet area. You want to come, Calcifer? Okay. Cal? Yeah. Okay. Well, he's on my lap now, but we'll see if he stays here. Let's see. What a coincidence. So was I. I was in Vietnam doing the last one. That's funny. 12 Rivers. Can't wait for that to be available. That's why Vietnam is the best. Look at that beautiful chair. If only there's a Devon to go in it. Someone quick grab the Gencon Hall for me while he's not looking. There's a lot of games. This is not the Gencon Hall. There's like 50-ish games in the Gencon Hall. A little bit less than last year, because I try to be more selective. But still a lot of games. That's a poof ball. Calcifer. Which booth had cats? No. You'll probably hear this story in a few things. I'm doing like a daily vlog thing right now. That's not actually a daily vlog. It's like a weekly vlog that I film it daily, and then it's going to be sending out. I'm going to be putting out weekly segments. So like I cover this in different ways. But the short version is a while ago decided to get a cat, and then signed up for a breeder because we need oh, he found a box. He found a box. He's in a freaking box. Unbelievable. Anyways, signed up for the breeder. And then they said to me that the breeder has. The reason I found the breeder is they're in Cleveland, Ohio. Well, that's not true. There's an Ohio breeder in, I want to say, Cincinnati, and because that's how I found them. But they actually have breeders in a bunch of locations, and the Indianapolis location is only an hour further out than Cincinnati. So they said, hey, we have one ready at our Cincinnati location, at our Indianapolis location. Pick up on August 5th if you want to like sign up for that one. Because the way they do it is you go on the mailing list and they show you pictures, you sign up, and then you're like committed. And I was like, can we do August 4th pickup? Because I'll be going home from Indianapolis August 4th. So basically the breeder's about an hour away from Gencon in Indianapolis. So I went and drove there and got a cat to come home with. So I came home with a bunch of board games and a cat. He's now in a board game bag. He's now officially in an all-play bag. I'm going to reach out to All-Play and tell them that I want them to sponsor Calcifer as the new mascot. He's confused about being up at such a high altitude. I do wonder, because I think he's just a little groggy, because the truth is he's regularly on my bed playing that game. So he's on the floor playing that game and on the bed playing that game. This table's only slightly higher. And he's been on the table before, just I haven't played with him on the table before. Those wand movements have just cast like 20 spells. I hear you. What's its name? Its name is Calcifer. Where are you from? I'm from Cleveland. Well, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm from Toronto, Ontario. He's on Lost Ruins of Arnak. Oh, now he needs help. Now he's meowing. Give me 1 second. Yeah, he managed to climb to the very top of a stack of things and then meowed at me. So now he's back over here. Spirits of the Wild, underrated game. Calcifer. Yeah, John, fun fact for you. I didn't realize that. Who pointed that out to me? I can't remember. Maybe someone from Steamforge Games? Someone pointed out Calcifer to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was not intended. Originally his name was going to be, well, there's a whole story here, but my daughter wanted to name him Sourdough, which we vetoed. And then we came up with a bunch of names together, and we kind of eventually all agreed on Ember. And Ember lasted for a day before someone pointed out, I think, again, I can't remember who, I think my daughter may have done it. We kind of loosely said Calcifer, because Hal's moving castle, because he's going to be a red cat, so it'll be like the flame. Like, Ember's a flame, that was the reason. Let's do Calcifer. And at first we were like, we like Ember more. But then within a day, we kind of decided we like Calcifer more. And also part of it's the nickname part, because Ember is just Ember. There's no, we're not going to call it M. And also Ember's, oh my gosh, what's the word for it when a name is gender neutral? Ember's a gender neutral name. Okay, he's headed back upstairs now. He's done exploring. Ember is a gender neutral name, and he's a boy, and so we thought Calcifer would be a slightly better pick in that sense. So we ultimately went with Calcifer for the nickname, because you can call him Cal, because we just liked it better, and because it's not gender neutral. I mean, I guess you could say it's whatever, but it is assigned to a theoretical boy in Hal's Moving Castles. I assume Calcifer's a boy. Now I'm realizing that I don't actually know the gender of a flame monster. So I'm curious if that's Googleable or what the situation is. But anyways, then later, someone pointed out the Calcifer, and I thought that was cute, but I don't know if it's, past being cute, I don't know if it's going to do anything, because we're not going to call him Fur, it's just a cute little thing. Spirits of the Wild, underrated game. Yeah, this is a new Spirits of the Wild. This is Spirits of the Wild Awakening. It's basically, this out-of-print game that was going for $100 is now a $15 game. This is $15 at Gencon. A pretty good price point, all things considered. This is another one that I bought. My daughter loves Spirits of the Wild, and a new version of it. It's not just reprint, there's like new content for the game too. Although it is missing the fun board of the original. That I'm going to miss. But past that, there's more gameplay for a $15 price point, so I can now sell my original Spirits of the Wild. If anyone wants it. I don't know if anyone wants it at $100 anymore. You should check this out. All cats go insane for these. Let me click on that link. That link is YouTube Cat Dancer. Ooh, interesting. Engage your paper roll attached with 30 inches of flexible spring steel. That's interesting. I'll look into that. Yeah, I'm happy to look into that. You know, I'm a sucker for cat toys at this point. Jacob Justice. I love that you're 100% honest giving reviews for games that are not sponsored, for games that are sponsored, but I've wondered if it's hard when you have negative feedback. I feel like that's an awkward situation. So I don't generally do reviews for games that are sponsored. Okay, there's caveats. I don't do sponsored reviews. What I have done is I have done sponsored gameplays, and then I'll review the game at the same time. So they sponsor the gameplay, and I'll review the game. That I've done. Similarly, even though I don't do sponsored reviews, I will do sponsored content, and then in my weekend review, I tell you my thoughts on the game, regardless. And that's because I like being able to tell you what I actually think about a game, regardless of what money changed hands. So like, I won't do a sponsored review, but there's times my thoughts come in, even though there's adjacent sponsoring. As far as negative feedback, I haven't gotten any yet. He's meowing. 1 second. So I don't think he's totally comfortable going downstairs yet. Going upstairs he's great at, but I actually haven't seen him go downstairs. In fact, earlier, where's he going? What are you doing? What are you doing, Cal? You're gonna jump down? Ow, that hurts. Are you gonna jump from there? Okay, this feels like it was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay, come. I gotcha, buddy. So at one point I was trying to find him, and he was just at the top of the stairs. I don't think he's fully comfortable going downstairs yet, at least not without help. But now he's going to explore again. So he kind of wandered back upstairs, and I think he missed me, which is nice. Anyways, what were we talking about? Sponsored. Yeah, so I haven't gotten negative feedback yet on giving opinions on sponsored games. I'm sure that will happen here and there. I do get negative feedback. Just recently, a publisher who I did a regular review for, they said that they were hoping for more of a showcase. And I was like, you didn't do a preview, you did a review. I was very polite about it, but I was like, hey, if you give me a game to review, I'm not just doing a showcase for you. That's not the pitch. Where is he? Give me a second. This is being... Oh, Cal, good. Come. Oh, he just went down the stair, so that worked out well. Anyways, yeah, I told the publisher, I had a meeting with them at Gencon. I said, like, hey, like, I want you to succeed, but if you give me a game to review it, I'm reviewing it. And, like, you just have to be clear if you don't want a review before we talk, which hopefully will be clear next time. So I get pushback here and there, but not on giving opinions when there was a sponsored content outside of it. Love the Lunar shirt, by the way. Thank you. Appreciate it. I like it, too. Paul Mail, hi from the Cloudy UK. Tiny Technician, sourdough should not have been vetoed. So if it was just me, here's what happened, okay? My daughter doesn't watch my live streams, which is nice. My daughter gave me the name sourdough, and I was like, oh, okay. I do want to come up with other names so we could pick from, but like, okay. I did not like sourdough. I did not like sourdough at all. And I told my daughter that she could pick... I keep saying my daughter in this capacity. She's the one who wanted the cat the most. All her siblings are excited about it, but she's the one who wanted it the most. And so I told my daughter that she can pick the name, but I absolutely do have veto rights. So, like, she can come up with the name, but I might say no to certain names. And... Hi, Cal. And so I did not like... Oh, my gosh. This way he's trying to get into things. I did not like sourdough. He might get... Oh, my gosh. Give me 1 second. He's just wandering in between a panel up against the wall, but there's no exit, and it's so narrow I don't know if you can turn around, so I was just giving him an exit on the other side. So now he can wander through and have fun. Now it's a tunnel. I didn't like sourdough, but I kind of waited, and then all her siblings did not like sourdough, and I said, hey, like, if all of your brothers are against this, we can't do sourdough. And I was like, thank the Lord. And now I'm glad you like sourdough. I did not. She did. I did not. And we all like Calcifer more, so it works well. What was your highlight from Gencon? What was your highlight of Gencon? Okay, my highlight from Gencon, probably... Oh, yeah, got through. My highlight from Gencon, again, I keep going back to my daughter here, but this is just the way it works out. She and I play Lurkana. and I went to a Lorcana mixer event. It was basically you go to a little a Ravensburger mixer for people who are interested in Lorcana, I guess. What are you doing? I'm sorry, I'm just watching him get into trouble. He's in the Great Wall right now. He's in the Great Wall. I can't tell if he's trying to get out or if he's trying to play. Whatever. So we went to this Lorcana event. And basically, they give you like 3 packs of Lorcana. So like you are getting free stuff, not a ton of free stuff, but you're getting 3 packs of Lorcana. And then the whole point is it's a mixer. So you each get a sheet of cards you need, and then you're trading with all the people, because amongst all the people, someone has those cards, probably. And that was the point of the event. And so we opened up my 3 packs and then traded, and that was like stage 1. Now, the thing that's relevant here is my daughter and I have been playing Lorcana a decent amount. By now, across all our time, we've opened roughly 3.5 cases. Because I know it's 3 full cases plus assorted packs. And we haven't yet gotten an Enchanted. And you're supposed to get an Enchanted on average 1 out of every 4 cases. My daughter's been looking forward to an Enchanted for a while. And I didn't get an Enchanted at those 3 packs either. But then they kind of went through a tier 2 trading, a higher trading. And most people were trying to get their things done, but enough people were struggling that they kind of gave everyone 1 extra pack. So now you're at 4 packs at this mixer. And when I opened my 4th pack, in the back was, what's it called? It was an Enchanted from Encanto. And so I immediately took a picture, sent to my daughter, because we've been looking for an Enchanted for a while. We could have paid for them, it's not the same. And so yeah, that was a fun moment for me. Outside of that, the games in general, the games, the people, lots of good things. That was, when I said that's the highlight, I would phrase that as, that was the atypical highlight. It wasn't the normal, hey, I'm excited about games, I'm excited about my friends, I'm excited about people. It was the atypical highlight. When will we get a review on Vestige? When it's out? Vestige isn't out yet, right? So when it's out is the starting point. Nat, if Successful Geek just sent you a virus link, you should have been so got just then. He could have in theory, but first of all, tablet, so not my full computer, so at least I'm safe there. But also, hi buddy. I just trust Successful. I trust him so much. Tiny Technician, $100. I had no idea. Yeah, this Spirits of the Wild was going for $100. Everyone, we all like it, so I did not sell it. But it is tempting to sell your games when they go out of print. Definitely tempting. Okay, are you gonna? Oh no, he's on the foot pedal. Okay, the foot pedal could change the camera, but I don't think he has enough weight. Spirits of the Wild is rock drafting. Yes, it actually absolutely is. You are basically drafting various pebbles in order to fulfill certain goals. That's the entire game. But you're doing so with these puzzles of the other players and your abilities and these spirit tiles. It's very straightforward. Honestly, as much as I like Spirits of the Wild, it has gotten a little stale, but this one introduces new animals, so every puzzle is a little different each time. John Tripp. Welcome to the joys of cat ownership. Tiny Technician, wait, I don't know about this new version. It's the same thing. It's just more animals. So the animals are kind of the sets you're trying to go for. So there's 5 different types of sets you're going for, and this introduces more of that. So it's the same gameplay with more variability to it. John Tripp, welcome to the joys of cat ownership. LOL. I used to have a cat growing up. It's why my kids, I always told them that they could have a cat one day because I like cats. I know I like cats. I just had 4 kids, and so I didn't have time for a cat. I don't know if I have time for a cat now, but eventually I decided to get them a cat. The whole how-to will be actually in the vlog thing I mentioned, when that comes up. One of the weeks I'm devoting to, the first week was devoted to habits, second week was devoted to Gencon, third week is devoted to cat ownership. That's what I'm in the middle of right now. None of them have gone up yet. They should be going up soon. I just need to edit them. But I always had a cat. I never had a kitten. Dear Lord, you little monster. It's so fun to watch him. He's just scrabbling all over the bags here. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, I mostly cat-proofed my house, but that's a stretch. What I really mean is I did the obvious things, and we'll see how much trouble he can get into. Now he's playing with the hand thingies on a paper bag with games for the Gen Con haul I'll be doing later today. Are you excited for Lightning Train? No. I will happily play Lightning Train, but I'm not excited about it. I haven't seen anyone who played it who's like, that game is so good. For the most part, people are like, it's a good game from Direwolf. And that's not exciting. That means that Direwolf put out a good game, which I'm happy for them. Alex is experiencing peak pet ownership right now. So, yes, because it's day 3. What's the day? Today is Thursday. So, Monday I got him. And then, so, by the time I got home Monday, it was basically the end of the day. So, I've had him for Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it's been less than 3 days. He's been in this house for less than 72 hours. Day 1, he was confined to just 1 room. This is what you're supposed to do with cats, to not overwhelm them. So the first 24 hours, he was only in 1 room. The second 24 hours, I opened it up to the first floor. And the third 24 hours, we are now adding the basement. The upstairs is still off limits. Honestly, I probably should be doing it a little bit slower. Let's see. Okay, where are we? That's a good compromise lesson. Okay. A cute cat with a nice name. Name is Babka. Aaron, we're going to see non-board game projects in GameFound that they acquired Indiegogo. GameFound is always going to be devoted to tabletop adjacent. So I don't know exactly where that goes, but like for example, board games, yes. RPGs, yes. Tables, yes. What about things like, hey, what's up? You want to come up? Okay. Tables, yes. But then things like comics. What about comics? Comics are geek adjacent. Do they go on GameFound? Probably, not entirely sure. We'll see. But outside of that, you know, an electric mixer is not going to go on GameFound. It's going to be on Indiegogo. Indiegogo is remaining a dedicated crowdfunding platform for everything else, but it'll also show the projects that are on GameFound. And then GameFound is going to have the projects that are games or games adjacent. Again, things like comic books could go either way. Okay, I think he wants to be in that box. But give me 1 second. Calcifer, come. Calcifer, come. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to empty the box for you. Okay, and then we're going to bring you. Yeah, that's good. That's great. I love it. Let's bring you closer to everyone. Okay. Yep. We'll move this over here. It's a good box for you. It's the right size. It's perfect. Yep. Great. No. Now stay. I'll pet you. You like this? It's good. There were things in it. I think the plastic bags were bothering him. But now he's like, what is this? Is it a bed? Yeah, that's right. You got your little mouse in there. Let's see. Off topic, I really want to see people review the Amazon board game table. It's so affordable. I don't know what this is. Send me a thing or something. Brian T, maybe I should sell my Rurik while it's priced at $275. I didn't know that it was priced at $275. Maybe I should sell my Rurik as well. Board Game Garden. I've always wanted Spirits of the Wild. It's out of print right. Who is publishing it now? Published by Mattel. It was It was not $25. It was $15, which is ridiculously $15 at a convention. That's an in-person price of $15, which felt insane. And I haven't played this new version, but my understanding is it's everything that was in the old version and then some. The Board Game Garden, Call Catan. I think we're past that. We bought her a deluxe Catan. The fact there's now going to be cat content on this channel makes it 11 out of 10 for me. That's the thing. When it comes to pets, here's the thing. I'm currently obsessed with this guy. Like, absolutely obsessed. Like, I want another one already. And I've had this guy for 72 hours, okay? So, we'll see what happens. Oh, you're sitting. I love that. But I'm also mindful that people who have pets are obsessed with their pets. A good portion of those people are obsessed with other pets. And people who don't have pets are generally not obsessed with pets. So, there's definitely going to be a near infinite uptick in the amount of cat content on this channel because we had 0 before and now we'll have some. Well, maybe not 0 because occasionally like a Meg preview would have her cat in it. But near 0. There's going to be an infinite uptick in cat content. But it's not going to be in front of everyone all the time because I don't want this to be a cat channel for those who don't want a cat channel. But there's going to be a cat and I'm obsessed. I really am obsessed. I'm just holding it back so I don't come across as a cat person. But I am a cat person right now. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to scratch your belly. Okay. LOL, the Board Game Garden. Hey, Jenna. Hi, Mr. Randolph. How did you get involved with the Dice Tower Awards show? Tom invited me. Tom invited me to, it's actually funny. I got called Alex Randolph last night on a podcast with Maple Syrup. And I was like, that's the second time that's happened. The first time was years ago. I was like, I still have people in my community who will call me Alex Randolph from that one time. But it happened last night again. Blaine, do you think that Sanctuary... Oh, how did I get involved with Dice Tower Awards show? Tom asked me to do it last year, so I did 1. Then Tom asked me to do 2 this year, so I did 2. Next year he'll ask me to do 3, and then year 4 I'll be part of the Dice Tower officially. That's not the plan. I actually, at one point in Gencon, I took one of... They had like their Dice Tower stickers on the badges, so I put one on, and someone's like, are you part of the Dice Tower now? So I took it off because I thought that was confusing. I'm all for supporting the Dice Tower, but I'm very much myself. Blaine Odell, do you think Sanctuary and Ark Nova game will draw in more fans to Ark Nova game, considering it's lighter but still similar? Possibly. Sometimes lighter versions have become very good at accessibility. Other times they become forgettable, and it's hard to know which ones are which. Tiny Tactician, my cat saw the whole house when I brought him home because I live in a studio. I do not live in a studio, and this guy needed to be slowly exposed to things so we don't overwhelm you. That's right. He's in my lap purring. I love it. I love when he gets settled. It's the best. Is this a stream of Alex playing with the cat or the cat playing with Alex? The cat playing with Alex, absolutely. Clash of Doom. Cats like to sleep inside board game boxes. Oh, I know. I am very aware. Jacob Justice, can you speed rank check games you've played? I'm looking into Through the Ages and Kitten Horror and was curious where you have those against the other games. Haven't played Kitten Horror yet. I want to. Through the Ages is amazing. It's not the easiest game to table, but it's absolutely amazing. As far as ranking, that would be a good video to do. I just need to play some more other games. SETI's also up there for me. Codenames is top tier. Nat, hello. Call Katan. Dang, Mattel, good for the designer. Calcifer needs a friend. Yes. So my son's allergic to cats, like I said already. Calcifer is a Siberian, which is why we got him, because they're supposedly hypoallergenic, and my son reacts. We've tested already. My son has very minimal reactions to Siberians so far, but we'll see how it goes. But the first week is hard to know because the first week they put off higher fel D1 proteins. Don't bite me. What are you doing? What are you doing? That was a little nipple. They put off higher fel D1 protein, which is the thing that makes them allergic in the first week because they're stressed about the new environment. So we will need like a week or two to really get a sense of whether one is already too many, which would break my heart right now, or whether we get another one at some point. Because I'm not saying I'm getting another one. I'm saying I want another one. Calcifer is a friend. John Tripp, I got my original copy of Spirits of the Wild for $2.12 at Target clearance. That's a good price point. Nat, Alex, wait a few weeks for when the new Fur Baby Blues hit and then consider if you want another. Wait, just to be clear, are you saying... I'm not entirely sure. Are you saying in a few weeks I'm going to want another one more or not want another one less? What's the new Fur Baby Blues? Blues are usually sad. Why would there be a few weeks for... Why would I be sad in a few weeks? What do I not know here? Nat, tell me more. I need to know more. Or are you saying... Or are you... Okay, I can't tell what you're saying. Or are you saying that I need to wait for this to wear off? Tell me what you're saying, because I need to know if I should get another cat right now, because I will buy another cat. Not right now, but soon. Get 2 cats is better than only one. They can keep company to each other. Yeah, that is part of it. Kittens do require... Honestly, that's part of how I'm justifying it. Kittens require so much attention. So much attention, and I can only give this guy so much attention. So, between myself and my kids, like, we got him covered a little bit, but, like, another cat can't hurt. The Borgin Garden. Is there a solo for Spirits of the Wild? No. The box still says 2. Sorry. There might be a solo mod. Like, Google solo variant. Like, I don't know. It's a hard game to do solo. I can't imagine ever playing Through the Ages non-digitally. I like Through the Ages non-digitally, but it is significantly more accessible digitally. I realize I call this a Gen Con recap, and it's mostly been, like, just usual Q&A plus cat. Maybe we'll get to Gen Con stuff more. Successful week. Alex moving to Fort Myers in 2026 confirmed. Unless my kids move, I'm staying here. The Borgin Garden. Tom asked me to present this year. I may be very happy, but of course it has to be there this year. It had to be the year I was not there. Aw. Jenna, come next year. Come next year and present. But yeah, that would be fun. It would be great to have you there. Successful Geek. Tovines. Tiny Hessian. Gencon is a pipe dream for me, so I'm happy there are so many YouTubers covering it every year. Nat, Fur Baby Blues is a thing that can happen when the novelty of a new pet dies down, and as the pet gets used to the new home, they can act up and it gets stressful. For them? You're saying they get stressful? They act up? No. Not Calcifer. He's perfect. Perfect. No way. This is terrible. I'm going to be going to ChatGPT after this live and asking about Fur Baby Blues. This is not okay. Tiny Edition. Adopt an older cat is the way to go. No, then you miss out on the kitten years. This is not happening. It's not happening. My goal is to adopt a new cat every year so I get a kitten. That's the new plan. This is a cat channel now. Much higher subscriber potential on a cat channel. Are you kidding me? So much of an audience is there for cats. Board games are so niche. Successful week. 2 cats is the perfect number. We have 4. That's too many. I enjoy 3, but 2 is perfect. So 2. No, you hear me out. Successful. 2 at first, and then 8 years in, you get another one because you need to start planning for them eventually when they die. They do eventually die. So like you want to have new ones always around. Not that you're going anywhere, Calcifer. I got my second cat after a week from the first one. She's a sister. Yeah, Calcifer had like a litter of like 6 or whatnot. And like I wanted to get more than one, but it's so irresponsible until I know how we're going to be doing. Nat, the Borgin Garden. Did you get the puppy blues with yours? Because I definitely got it with Faye. Ben Han, do you think Sion moving to GameFound has contributed to his struggles? Absolutely not. I'm biased here. I am biased. But I can't imagine how it would have contributed. The only way you can argue that it would have contributed is if you say, oh, well, they got less funding because they're on GameFound. And I don't personally see that, but that's a long conversation. I'm happy to get into it, but if you look at the actual campaigns, for the most part, The God of War is the only one that I'm disappointed in how it did. Everything else hit or exceeded what I thought it would do. Did you ever finish either Fields? No, way back when. I played for like 15, 20 hours, and then I got rid of it. I liked other Fields. I like a lot of campaign games that I don't finish, but you gotta make hard choices with your time. Nat, it gets stressful for you dealing with them and training them. No, Calcifer is a perfect angel. Calcifer, although he terrified me at one point, he basically decided that his favorite place to be is my bedroom. And specifically, he hides, like the pillows are propped against the bed, he hides behind the pillows. It took me a while. The first time I lost him, keeping in mind, I lost him when he was only allowed in the first like 2 rooms. Like he has his own little cat room and then the bedroom's right adjacent. And so I lost him when he's only allowed in 2 rooms. I was like, where, how could I lose him? But eventually I found him nestled between the pillows and the thing. It's just he's tiny, so it didn't look like there's any bump. And then eventually I had a real panic moment when I couldn't find him anywhere later that day. Right, Cal? Right? But what happened is I was like moving the pillows around to find him and he wasn't there. And then eventually I realized he decided to nestle into a pillowcase. So he burrowed into a pillowcase. So I was pulling the pillowcase back, not seeing him. And eventually I realized there's a very small bump because like he pushes up against it. Now he's tapping me on screen. He likes screens. Yeah, so he terrified me a bit. But outside of losing him, he's been great. Lauren, if you're going to do it, I recommend getting a second cat while the first one is fairly young. Mine are 7 years apart and don't enjoy being sisters. No, in all seriousness, there's a strong chance that I decide to get another cat pretty soon. There's a strong chance. Strong could be 50%, it could be 25%. I want to give it like another week to make sure everything goes well, and then I might make the decision to get another cat. And then again in 7 years. Okay, Cal, you're blocking the stream. Okay, if you stay here, I'll get my phone because I can't see chat. You're doing great. You're doing great. You see this is where my attention is. You're doing great, okay? You're perfect. Okay. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Where am I? Okay. I need to find the live stream because Cal's blocking chat, which makes it impossible to actually read what you guys are saying. The Gencon recap. Live chat. Pets are family. Not everything is perfect with family, but still worth it. Yes, absolutely true. Except pets are so much better than family, right, Calcifer? I don't regret getting Faye at all, but it was work. But Shibas are known to be work, and I was prepared for it. Is a Shiba a dog? I assume a Shiba's a dog, right? Alex, the crazy board game cat, sir. Board game garden. Penny. Walt was a lot. Penny was an angel, though. Board game garden. Give me Penny. I want to hear from cat people. Do cat people think that their kittens have acted up like a few weeks in? Because I need to know before I adopt another one of you. Jacob Justice, how many boxes of sourdough have to chew up before he's not allowed downstairs anymore? And yes, I will always call him sourdough from now on. You can call him sourdough whenever you want. I don't think I'd want to not let him in the basement. That's where I work. And if I don't let him where I work, then like what am I supposed to do? I think he's always allowed. We could work on training. Brian, have to make sure the cat gets fixed before he starts trying to mark his territory and everything. That smell is absolutely foul and almost impossible to get rid of. Good to know. He will be getting fixed. I have to double check the recommended age range, but whatever the recommended age range is, he'll be getting fixed. Board and garden, you want a dog with severe separation anxiety and noise anxiety. that's to what's called Who Wants Penny. Cecil Week. Also, one thing to know: when you have more than one cat, have one more litter box than cats. That way, if they want, they have their own and a communal one. Interesting. So that's good to know. I only have one at the moment, but I absolutely plan on getting more. But I didn't know it was +1. Must be the time of year for new pets. Nat, Shiba Inu is a dog breed. Cats are definitely not as difficult as dogs. But there's still work to house train too. Again, Calcifer is an angel. I will not have any other opinions. Working garden. Oh, we love our anxious girlies. Nuka has been an angel since. Let's press Meg. Press Meg. Nuka's been an angel since 6 months old. And she was a street cat. I love it when you're in my lap. This is the best. How can I get you to this all the time? I saw there's some online complaints about coding Harry Potter before Gencon. Did anything happen in the actual events? Your thoughts on this? Oh boy, Chris. Oh boy. So nothing happened at Gencon. I believe there was a planned sit-in at Gencon. It didn't happen. I specifically was not planning on doing a video on this. I actually had someone ask me if I was going to do a video, and I said no, and explained why. But I do have a rule that I try not to avoid things on live streams. So live streams are... You get to do what you want on live streams. So we're going to do this. Okay. So here's my overall thoughts on the Codenames Harry Potter situation, and you are welcome to agree with me or disagree with me. The biggest thing is, as always, try to be respectful. So the first thing I'll say is that, and again, the reason I didn't want to do a video on this is because instinctively I want to somewhat defend CGE, Czech Games Edition, but I'll explain. Hear me out before you grab the pitchforks. But I don't want to do a video about it because I think that it would be very hard for people to not grab the pitchforks right away and misconstrue what I'm saying. So my overall thoughts on CGE is that regardless of what's going on with J.K. Rowling, it is weirdly inconsistent to target CGE, and I don't understand why it was happening. I really don't understand. And maybe I'm missing something. But like the Op has been putting out Codenames games for a while. Board Game Geek has done sponsored content on Harry Potter games. Board Game Geek, which is pretty left-leaning, they've done some sponsored content on Harry Potter games. I've done sponsored content on Harry Potter games. So many of the things we watch or engage with have done things that have benefited J.K. Rowling. And so to me, the CGE thing felt like they were just randomly targeted out of a host of people who engage in making money off of peripherally from Harry Potter. So I am absolutely against the way CGE was treated as like this giant villain in a space where even if you disagree with their actions, no one else has been treated like that. So it felt weird and out of place. Separately, my thoughts on J.K. Rowling and the situation is that the problem is I don't want to sit there and go like, hey, I'm defending the situation. I did not want to do a video on this because I don't want people to hear, oh, you're defending a transphobe, because that's not my intent. I think C.G. Rowling is entitled to her viewpoints. I absolutely do. I also think that when you make it your life's mission, weirdly so, like she weirdly has like this giant crusade she's on that I completely disagree with. Like if you want to have your own thoughts and opinions, have your own thoughts and opinions. Like of all the injustices to fight in this world, the idea that she's on this mission against trans people feels weird. And it absolutely, I agree with people who said, because there have been questions who said, why can't you separate the art from the artist? I agree that's different, because CGE actively has very specifically said, money that I make, I'm going to funnel into some of these things. Now, I don't know how much of she's trying to provoke the mob or what she's doing, but I definitely understand why there's a good argument not to support things that are going to put money in her and J.K. Rowling's. Did I say C.G. Rowling? Did I say C.G. Rowling? J.K. Rowling's pocket. I understand anyone doesn't want to put money into J.K. Rowling's pocket. I very much do. But I think the CG thing felt so random as to why they were targeted. I think that I'm a big supporter that everyone should choose what to engage with in terms of who they support. There's so many things from like, you know, anything from slave labor, child labor to like so many injustices in this world. And I think everyone should absolutely choose what they are comfortable not supporting because of how it ties into an injustice. But I also think that we can't demand of others too prolifically what they should and shouldn't support, because that very quickly becomes a game of, meaning me choosing my own moral boundaries, that completely makes sense. Me deciding what your moral boundaries have to be, that line doesn't really end anywhere, because everyone can be vilified for the thing that they are supporting that's wrong. So I'm a big fan of understanding for yourself where you're okay with things and not. I don't like what J.K. Rowling does. I think it's a weird crusade. It's weird and hard. I don't want to say weird to minimize it. It's weird, hurtful, and harmful. But the CGE thing felt like they were just being targeted. Again, I specifically did not want to do a video on this, but if you ask me questions on live, I don't hide from things on live. I might choose not to talk about things, but that's different than answering a question. Alright. You should try Sphinx Cat. They're cats with dog-like personalities. I guess Siberians are a little bit dog-like, so I guess maybe it's similar. But I don't want a dog in theory, but Siberians are a bit dog-adjacent. The bigger questions are Sphinxes hypoallergenic? And hair or lack of hair is not what contributes to a cat being hypoallergenic. The hair is a carrier, so if there's more hair, it will spread a bit more. But ultimately, hey Cal, ultimately, the amount of fel D1 protein they produce is the thing. Adamai would get inside. Adamai was trouble. He loved tipping over trash cans. That would be bad. Adamai would get inside a closed cabinet and push the trash bin out. Brian, sorry, been a while since I've been able to hit the live stream. Nat, the internet loves pitchforks. Alex, don't do it. I know, but there's a weird balance. If I don't answer a question at a certain point, where are you, Cal? If I don't answer questions, then to a certain extent, that's not enabling myself to be myself. And I want to be myself. I don't just ever want to resort to like completely minimizing all aspects of my personality because it's safer. I don't want that. But I might choose to not do a video because, again, with the Harry Potter thing, I don't want people to see a video like that and then in any way think that I'm defending what JK is doing. So like, I decided not to do a video. But he asked me a question, I'm going to do it. Grunge Life, in 2025, we can't have thoughts and opinions. We run the risk of the consequences of those thoughts and opinions. And honestly, I do think in life in general, there should be potential consequences for thoughts and opinions. I do think that there is certainly a herd mentality that allows, how to put it, if you're going to be a completely, I don't know, if you're going to be a racist, sexist, transphobe, whatever, I think there should be consequences for who you are and how you are. But I think that we keep narrowing like what's included in what we allow and how far we punish people for what we're not allowed. So there's definitely gets complicated. I'm not a fan of how things are. Brian, the outrage over Harry Potter is so exhausting. Pariah, better than the Devere outrage right now? Oh no, the Devere outrage I think is so much worse. Personally, again, that's a personal opinion, because the CGE thing isn't that CGE is doing anything bad themselves. It's that they are doing what a lot of other people are doing, and they suddenly got targeted. The Devere thing, I would love to think that it was an oversight, but oh my gosh, it's a bad look. Like, I have to think it's an oversight. I don't think that the people are actively trying to cause harm. I think they just didn't think through how bad it looks. But the Devere thing is bad, in my opinion. But again, I'm still not calling for the cancellation of Devere. Like, someone start talking to them and get them to recall the game or whatever, to pull the game off the shelf, to provide updated cards or something. This is a fixable problem that will cost them money, but like it's not good. Successful League. I think it's important to know you are supporting. I think it's important to know what you are supporting when you support something. Royal Dow is very problematic too. Yeah, I'm all for knowledge and awareness. Absolutely. The thing I don't love is I don't love putting rules on others as to what you can and can't support because of how it's associated with problematic things. Because the problem with that is I don't see where that line ends. So many things that we do on a day-to-day basis do have ties, connections, supporting of problematic things, and who gets to draw the exact moral line and where it applies. So it's like many things, many concepts in life. I believe we should use many concepts of morality and apply it to ourselves and how we lead our lives, but we can't demand the same of others because that's a never-ending line. Absolutely nothing wrong with what CG is doing. I wouldn't go that far. I would say that they are appropriately in line with how others are doing it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it is minimal wrong, at least comparatively to others. But I wouldn't say nothing. That's a personal opinion. My personal opinion is that there's nothing wrong, but I do feel that they got out of proportion targeted. What happened with Devere? What happened with Devere is that basically Devere put out a game called Ace of Spades. And Ace of Spades, which sold out at Gencon, completely sold out. There was a post today where somebody showed some of the art of the cards. There was the Slaver and the Fugitive. And that in itself isn't a problem for me. Having a Slaver, some people might have a problem with it, to be very clear. For me personally, it's not a problem. But the depiction of the Slaver and the Fugitive were so racistly... They're so racist. The Fugitive is not a good look. The Fugitive in particular, it's not a good look for the depiction of the African-American slave, making him look very animal-like and not like just like a slave, but making it look very... I definitely lean towards why all the outrage on some things, fairly or unfairly. I sometimes have the impression of why all the outrage. Not to say that's not an issue, but like I'm like, oh, is that really a big deal? And this I thought was like... I thought this was a big deal. A big oversight, but a big deal. Grunge Life, what's the consequences for thinking that Prize definitely data material and that is a swell dude? That's just accurate. Yes, but everyone's still entitled to it. Hurtful, look at Kanye. Does he get consequences? No, I think there are people worse than J.K. Rowling with horrible opinions. Yeah, I absolutely do. So, again, this is the weird bar. The way if you're only willing to punish people who are the worst, then at any given point you can only punish one person. You can only like socially punish one person. I don't think people have to be the worst to suffer the consequences of their behavior. But the flip side of that is because there's a gradient, I think that it's I think it's hard to demand of others what they should and shouldn't boycott. Because you could sit there and say, oh, well, you're criticizing me for supporting J.K. Rowling, you're listening to Kanye's music right now. Like, there's this infinite line of regression where if we only ever... Because of the way these things work, if we only ever punish the worst, we can't have our own moral boundaries. And if we demand of others what they do, then there's always someone who's worse. That's why I believe the way I do. Also, Cal, please do not bite me while I try to pick you up. He's not biting me. He's like nipping at me, but he's like meowing as if he wants me. Oh, he might want food. It might be lunchtime. Okay, Cal, we'll get you lunch soon. We're gonna be over in 5 minutes. Free speech exists for a reason. Free speech is the ability to say what you want, not the ability to be sheltered from consequences of it. Just to be very clear. Successful geek. Companies make mistakes. CG didn't get punished. They got called out, and then people got upset about them getting called out. I think CG's biggest mistake was turning off comments when they first addressed it. That made it worse. Not as a biggest mistake, but in terms of managing the problem. My issue with CGE is CGE got a whole lot of like public, we're never buying your games, we're never supporting you, we're never this, we're never that. And many other companies didn't get that same treatment for doing the same thing. I've never seen anyone call out the op. I've never seen anyone threaten a boycott of the op. And that's just like someone within our industry. This is further past our industry. No one threatened to boycott BGG when, they did a sponsored Harry Potter gameplay. So my issue is I do personally believe there was inconsistent treatment. I'm not saying you don't have a right to that treatment. I'm saying you can do what you want as an individual level. My own personal 2 cents is I think they got unfairly treated relative to the greater space. Person Mag says, we completely agree, but I think part of the difference is living people are affecting us, even people like Elon Musk, because people who are problematic but are dead and not actively. I agree with that, Professor Mag. I don't know, okay, Professor Mag. I agree with that, Meg. Nat, Grudge Life having to live life as a correct person. That's right. Norman, I backed Fox Pop because you get Harry Potter type story without profiting J.K. Rowling. But again, that's the tricky part, because you're right to a certain extent. But then others will sit there and say, "But you're supporting AI theft because they used AI artwork, so you're supporting the destruction of artists in the industry." That's why like it's hard to demand behavior from others because there's never a right answer. There's only wrong answers. People getting locked up for putting out an opinion is outrage and happens in other countries. I'm not sure what that relates to, but I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying. I just don't know what it relates to. Grunge Life, Nat isn't it past your bedtime? It cannot be. It cannot be, because then Nat would leave, and we shouldn't get Nat to leave. Successful Meg, Professor Meg, I'm right there with you on that. Sorry, this has already asked me, do you have a top 5 games from Gencon? So this is instinctively, do not hold me to it. I will be doing my Gencon haul later today, and I'll have a better answer then. But top 5, I would say probably The Hobbit There and Back Again, 4 Shuffle of Dartmoor, A Place for All My Books, maybe. These are excitement levels, not necessarily good games. I'm very excited for Tag Team. This one here. 12 Rivers I'm excited for, but I don't know if it'll be great. Oh, there's a game. I can't remember the name of it. But there's a game from Chili Fox that I'm very excited for, like Scoundrels Bay. Very excited for that one. Lots of games I'm excited for. I have to put all the games on the table at the same time and then see where I am. Time Tactician, I just looked it up. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Nat, I'd break every bedtime if men can't spend time with you all. Nat, you're a sweetheart. ACS, I think let people live their life, and it goes both ways on the left and on the right. That's so complicated. That's a complicated stance. I think it's complicated. The hardest part about this is there's no right answers. There's no inherently clear right answers. There's just complexities. Successfully, people inherently don't want to be shown a mirror. Like if you honk at someone for cutting you off and they brake check you, people react poorly when problematic behavior is pointed out. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think it's more complicated how it applies to this, but I don't disagree with that. Kotu, don't drink this. You want to be playing board games when you're 3 digits? Don't drink what? This? Don't drink this? Are you talking about soda? Diet soda? I don't know what you're saying, but if you are referring to the diet soda, just so on the same page. Diet soda, no sugar, so not bad for you there. The sweeteners, every study done on sweeteners has shown that there's no correlation with any problematic issues at all outside of how it affects you personally. If you get an upset stomach, don't have sweeteners. But sweeteners, like they've done all these studies, like the amount that humans are allowed to have is like less than 1/100th of the amount that causes issues with rats, and it's so minimal. Diet soda, every study shows is completely and totally safe. So I hope you're not talking about this, because this stuff is, I love diet soda. The only issue with live and let live is when someone's opinions become hateful and actively adversely affect other people. That's why I think it's complicated. That's why I love the idea of live and let live, but I think sometimes mob mentality is necessary. I think sometimes it's overkill, and the problem is how do you know I think we can all agree there's times where it's necessary. I think we can all agree there's times where it's overkill. But who decides the line in between? I don't have that answer. I know what I think but like doesn't mean I'm right. And we all think different things as far as the line in between. Successful Geek, tolerance paradox. You can't tolerate intolerance because if you do, only intolerance will end up remaining. Agreed. Time Edition, there's a difference between moral grandstanding and calling up bad behavior. I love Kanye's music, don't listen to it now. I won't chastise anyone for just listening to it though. Yeah, so that's where personally I tend to lean. Again, I think there's a time for the mob. Personally, I tend to lean into, if something bothers you, don't engage with it. And then past that, I think there's room for trying to share that opinion with others in a way that is healthy and not just the mob. But it's complicated. Morgan Garden, Alex, did you get the Voynich puzzle? I did not. That's from Salt and Pepper, right? Salt and Pepper did that one? I did not get it. Also, you a miss, Jenna. Jenna, you can just come to Gencon next year. Or PAX Unplugged. Well, PAX Unplugged we're doing already. Great. Joey, hello everyone. Hey, Joey. Successful Geek. I just saw the cards. Wow. Yeah. Joey, we need to arrange a game night because I have about 50 games from Gencon that I need to play sooner rather than later. So we should do a game night soon. Time transition. Defending behavior is different though. Oh, I'm not defending anyone's behavior. Wait, whose behavior are you defending? I definitely agree with you that defending bad behavior is very hard. Nat, Alex, do you get a chance to try out Riftbound or get any of the goodies from it? So I have 2 demo packs. 1 second, where are they? Give me 1 second. I don't want to stay here. Stay. Here we go. I was trying to find them from all my bags. These are the 2 demo decks. Stay, Cal, it's okay. 2 demo decks for Riftbound. Haven't played them yet. I started the Becca Scott video on how to play. Do you know how to play that? Do you know how to play? Because I would totally play. I don't know if we can play it remotely, but yeah. Okay. Where are we? Dun, dun, dun. This is a live and love. This is a live and live situation. The soda. The soda is so good. Soda. Okay, Cal, come. Yep. Good. Yes, exactly. My lap's the best, and you're gonna get food shortly. I hate that people are spamming 1 out of 10 reviews on BG. People that have nothing to do with JK worked countless hours for a game, and these reviews are harming these workers, not JK. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Like, I don't even know. I think I have to think about how I feel about reviews. Meaning, reviewing the game a 1 out of 10, I think I have to think how I feel about that. Meaning, and I'm saying I have to process it. Because the idea that others are harmed, that's okay. It's okay for others to be harmed sometimes. Like, you remember the whole drama with Broken Token? Like, Broken Token, when there was so many issues with what was going on at the company, the CEO, boycotting their products is going to harm employees. Sometimes peripheral harm is part of the process when you choose to no longer engage with something. And so I'm certainly okay with somebody not buying Codenames Harry Potter, even though if enough people do that, it harms the people who put time and effort and work into it. So I think I feel similarly about reviews. Like, if you want to review the product of 1 because of that, I think I'm okay with that. I have to mentally process it, but I think I'm okay with that. My thing is more when you like make a lot of other people feel like they can't engage with it. Okay. Professor Meg, OF, I want that one? You want what? What do you want? A cat? You want this cat? You can't have this cat. What do you want? ACS, American ideology is live and let live when it comes to freedom of speech, the same way people have the right to boycott anyone. Again, complicated because of the nature of it. The Borgin Garden, I'm so excited for that one. Yes to PAX U, and Gen Con is 100% happening next year. Great, let's make it happen. And PAX Unplugged, I'm excited. PAX Unplugged is going to be a little more chill. Like, Gen Con is nonstop, which I like, but I like having the follow-up one, which is a little chill. Successful Geek, I can only imagine what games Tom is going to subject me to so he can review them. Yes, absolutely. Jeff, when did you start having a cat? About 3 days ago. Clash with Doom. Alex, do you go with the family or alone to Gen Con? Gen Con is alone. It's hard to bring the family to things because I think they'll be interested for 5 minutes, but not for the whole show, and you can't drive 5 hours there and back. That is why... Oh, it's 2:05. Okay, we're going to end this very quickly. That's why Origins is the one where I bring my kids to, because I can drive there and back the last day. Joey Coates, let me know where I should be free most nights starting next week. Okay, I might be playing games Friday morning or afternoon sometime. I don't know if you're interested. Like tomorrow morning or afternoon, Miles reached out and we might be playing games. You're welcome to join in theory. It's not official yet, but let me know if you're interested in, because I will know later today. Transition. Sorry delay is following up my Kanye music comment that I do have a problem with someone defends Kanye's behavior, but not if you listen to his music still. I think you might be if you listen to his music, I think you might be a bit sus. I respect having that opinion. Absolutely. Brian, Alex, do you end up playing Old King of Crown? No, not yet. So many games, not enough time. I've been playing a lot of games. Just I can never play them all fast enough. Now, we've had play sessions weekly like the last 8 months of work, but never got a chance. I definitely be playing once employees get their hands on it. But like you can't play it remotely or TTS, right? I assume not, because I would love to play with you. Tactician, it's about sending a message though. It's just like Union Strikes. ACS, I do think Hitler's art is pretty solid. Whoa, am I going to hang it up my wall? No, I've never seen Hitler's art. You might be right. I wouldn't start most sentences like that. Am I going to hang it up on my wall? Obviously not. But am I going to burn if I see it and freak out? No. Okay. Professor Meg, Voynich. Oh, you want Voynich. Oh, that makes sense. Because it makes sense that you want a cat too. Brahahaha. Tiny Tactician, Hitler's art, LFM, a Borgen Garden. Okay. I mean, I love how we go back and forth between cats to the Voynich puzzle to Hitler's art. This is a chat. I mean, it's an example. LOL. Oh, I get it. One time to illustrate. I can't remember exactly how it went, but with a friend to illustrate how I felt about MLMs, I was like, it's like buying. Would you buy? Because I was like, I won't buy things from MLMs. I hate the process. I hate what MLMs are, multi-level marketing. And I was like, would you buy Hitler's energy bars? Would you buy Hitler's energy bars? To my friend, and he agreed he would not buy Hitler's energy bars, but he did buy things from MLMs. Nat, pretty sure there's only one Voynich manuscript. I think it'd probably be very expensive. Professor Meg, did you go to Gencon too? She did indeed. It's also 2:06, and I got stuff to do, so I'm going to say goodbye. Cal's going to say goodbye. Cal, are you ready to say goodbye? Can I even end the stream right now because you're on my lap? Okay, so new problem. I can't end the stream because, I did. Oh, that's right. Meg, you're a final. I don't have. Do I have? I do have. Cal, can I put you in the box, Cal? Please? Because I need to show everyone. We're gonna show everyone Meg's final Go promo. I actually need to find it. I think I have it. And then we will. Yeah, good, buddy. Good. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, so this is because we're doing the Gen Con haul after. So where are we? Yep, and Julie. Love you, Nat. Okay, so for Julie, watch the Gen Con haul video if you want to see Julie's. But this is Meg's final Go promo, which I'm realizing now my camera's autofocused. Okay, 1 second. Give me a second. We're gonna switch to manual focus. Does that look good? I can't tell. Yeah, I'm gonna switch to actual manual. Give me a second. There we go. That should. There we go. Nope. There we go. Hey, there we go. That's Meg's final Go promo. So if you want to see that. And now I'm going to. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cal. I'm sorry. But yeah, watch the haul if you want to see more. Past that, the haul's going up tomorrow, I think. If we get Meg here in time to actually film it. Interesting. Who slapped Meg in the face? Well, that's why she's so angry. With that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And hi, Cal. I'm sorry. Am I talking loudly? I know I'm doing the loud voice. I do that. That's what I do. I do the loud voice. You'll get used to it. It's part of what I do. Hey, I'll see you all and watch the Gen Con haul video tomorrow. Until next time, I'll see ya.